All right, tubers, Adam Roy back once again. Guys, I haven't lost track of time. This is a little early. The reason I'm starting this early is to make sure we don't have any glitches, since I actually have not used this laptop to do live streams before. For those of you that haven't read the description, I know there's some people that don't. I am actually streaming live on my HP ProBook. What is that again? A 4540's. I'm going to go ahead and turn some more lights on here. There we go. You guys can kind of get a little idea of just how much weight I've lost. If I can tie this shirt back, you guys will see a little bit there. Stomach has definitely gotten flatter. All right. Hopefully that helps a little bit. The camera on this laptop is definitely better than the one that was on my Lenovo IdeaPad. However, it's still not great with low light, so I got to get in as much light here as possible. And I may turn on this other floor-to-ceiling lamp that I have momentarily. Other than that, this video, well, thank you. Julian Butler thinks I look great. Thank you. I'm trying. I do have my setbacks once in a while, but I do pretty well. I've been maintaining right around 250 or so pounds. Some days I'm 247, other days I'm 250. It kind of just fluctuates a little bit. Other than that, this was a video request from a lot of people. Stephen Barber, I think you were one of them, and Ruben Aparico, again, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but you two were the ones that wanted to see a live stream with this particular laptop. Just to give you an update, this is one of the laptops that I got with that big warehouse buyout that I did a few weeks ago. And I will give you the specs on this laptop probably a few times during this for people that are curious. This is a Core i5-3320M processor here, the M standing for mobile, running at 2.6 gigahertz with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And this actually has a dual video card setup, as a lot of these Elite books do. This actually has a Intel HD graphics card for when you're doing basic work, you know, surfing the internet, maybe watching a YouTube video, non-HD. But also has an AMD Radeon HD 7650M card for when you want to do things like gaming, or maybe you want to watch some 4K video. And this thing is majorly capable of watching video in 4K. Struggles a little with 60 frames per second, but I think that's more of an internet connection issue than an actual issue with the hardware. I am going to be coughing a little bit in this. I do apologize. I'm suffering with some allergies at the moment, so I do have this. This is something I highly recommend, and this is a water I've been buying from Dollar Tree. As you guys can see, if I can get the right angle here, this is an alkaline water. It's called Alka 65, alkaline water with electrolytes, pH balance of 9.5, which is excellent for water. This will help your body stay normal. And what I mean normal is you want your body as alkaline as possible and as little acidic as possible, I should say. You want it more alkaline. So this is good stuff. They don't always have it at Dollar Tree. They do on occasion. So whenever you see it, whenever I see it, buy it up. I bought 20 of these things, and I regret not buying more. You can get these in your local stores. Our local store, Food Lion, sells them, but there they want like $1.25. So heck, you do the math. You spend what? You buy 20, you're saving like $10 if you get them at Dollar Tree, and the taste is really good. Very refreshing. And they don't add things like sodium. A lot of these sports drinks I've noticed tend to add like sodium. Sometimes they'll put potassium in it to give you a little bit of a flavor. This does not do that. Yeah, you know what? I tell a lie. I'm sorry, guys. This one actually does put a little potassium in there. I'll give you guys I'll let you guys see if it'll focus on the ingredients there. But if not, It's purified water, electrolytes, potassium carbonate, potassium bicarbonate. So this one does. I must have been thinking of something else, either that or they changed up, because I could have sworn the first batch I got did not have that. But they do add electrolytes. So basically, this is also good if you're working out a lot, if you are pumping it at the gym or doing what I am, doing a lot of walking, you need to have your water. But I digress. We're going to try something a little different here in a few minutes. I'm actually using a screen. You guys might remember this from my garage sale haul when I was up in Green. I actually got from that guy that all the computer stuff that I got the SSDs from, the memory, the motherboard, and everything. I also picked up this right here, and I'm going to try to do this without making a disaster. This is an Asus branded 15.4-inch model MB168B external screen, basically the same size as my laptop screen. And this plugs in via the USB port. It actually gets its video signal from the USB port. And this will allow me to maybe get in some questions you guys asked in other videos. I'll go to the community section during this live stream and hopefully be able to answer some questions that I may have missed, because you guys know I'm not the greatest at getting back to those just because I don't really have the time. But this thing is really nice. It's a nice, solidly built unit. You can see in the back here, it does say Asus right there. And the manufacture date is July of 2016. So this is actually not that old at all. As a matter of fact, when I bought it, I believe it was only maybe used once, because the guy actually had the original box, the original two boxes that came in a cardboard box, and then the box that this came in. I'm going to go ahead and replace this, trying very carefully not to disconnect myself here. And another thing it actually came with too was two of the carrying cases. This is actually the carrying case for that screen. Velcro, and it fits right in there, goes into a groove down there, and the cord actually gets strung up here. And for whatever reason, he had two of these. I don't know why, but heck, it was a bonus for me. And I gave the guy $20 for that. He actually only wanted $10. And I felt guilty because he was giving me so many great deals. You know, sometimes when you're making deals, when you're buying things from people and you feel like you're maybe taking advantage of them, sometimes it's okay to pay out up a little bit. In that case, I said, look, I'll give you $20 for the thing, because brand new, these are selling for $80 to $100, and I was more than happy to give $20 for that. Let's see. Eric Brunhammer said, I didn't realize this went live. Yes, like I said, I went live a little early, and I assume everybody can hear me okay. I haven't done any adjustments or anything like that. Everything's loud and clear. You guys can hear me clearly. I should have asked that earlier. I know, right? Sound check is good. Okay, thank you, Stephen Barber and Eric Brunhammer. Julian Butler, I'm sorry, I missed that one before. My recently acquired Dell Inspiron 1525, great laptop. I had a few of those back in the day. One I had the blue matte finish on it. Really nice looking laptop. Had a webcam. I would probably try going, if it had a webcam, try going live. Yeah, mine didn't have a webcam either. Actually, one of them did, one of them didn't. Or for $40, free shipping, and installed Windows 7 Pro and shoved in a 320 gigabyte hard drive. That's sufficient. I probably wouldn't bother going with an SSD in there. I don't think that's SATA 3, so you probably wouldn't get that much of a performance increase, but still very solid laptop. The Dell Inspiron 1500 series in general, I always thought were very good laptops. And I believe that was actually a Vista laptop, if I'm not mistaken. Mine were both Vista laptops, actually. All right, we got 14 watchers and 4 likes. Awesome. Well, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but over here, we have a Milo fast asleep on my bed. He is actually behaving himself right now, which he doesn't always do, as a lot of you guys know already. We'll go ahead and turn this back around because I am trying not to wake him up right now. Having an issue with this monitor. I mean, it's a good monitor, but I think the cable, there's some power issues because I don't think it puts out quite enough voltage from the laptop to power the monitor. It works okay as long as I have the plug in firmly and I don't move it around a lot. If I start moving it around, the monitor disconnects and I got to restart the whole shebang there. But I digress on that point. If Milo does start to misbehave, we have every pet owner's secret trick. Cat treats. I just happen to have some Pounce right here, and I can give him a few of those, though not too many because these are actually pretty fattening. And I don't usually use Pounce that much because these are kind of the junk treats. There's not a lot of good things in here. But I give it to them once in a while. Wheat flour and animal digest corn gluten meal is like the two main ingredients. So they like these, but they don't get them all the time. All right. Gunther 5844, have you done a current weigh-in on Facebook? Deactivated my account several months ago. No, I haven't done one on Facebook for a while. As I stated before, I'm hovering right around 250. I say 250 because some days 247. Other days I weigh 251, depending on if I'm retaining water or if I ate a big meal the day before. Honestly, I think that 250 is going to be where I'm going to be staying for a little while. I am trying my hardest, and I can maintain there, but my body just doesn't want to go down from there, which is fine. If I can do that until we get back from my cousin's wedding, you know what? Then I'll try something different. I'm still doing the intermittent fasting. For those of you that haven't heard about that, basically, I stopped eating around 3 or 4 at night. Today, I actually stopped eating around 4:30, but most of the time it's around 3:30. We're doing averages here. And then I don't eat again until 8 or 9 the next morning. So I go anywhere between 14 to 17 hours without eating. And that gives my body the time it needs to digest and process all that food. And that has worked well for me. Other than that, I may try a few different things once we get back. If that stops working, if I think that that's not doing the trick, if I'm not losing weight, then I'll just go back to eating maybe 3 or 4 small meals a day. Again, I am not a nutritionist. Stephen Barber, I have a question. How do I know if a monitor is good, bad? Because my G-Mom's old HP monitor I thought was going bad, but it's working good now. It was showing red lines, but now I am lost. Okay. I've run into this problem before, and it's not always red lines. Sometimes it's dots. Sometimes it's little pixelated dots. It's probably the inverter board in the monitor is starting to go bad, and that's basically the board that, from what I understand, I'm not an expert here, that basically gives you the picture on the monitor. Sometimes they have 1, sometimes they have 2 inverter boards, and when they start to fail, you can get things like that, the red lines, the pixelated dots, sometimes the artifacting or ghosting, as they call it, where you see like multiple images in the screen, like say my face is right here, you'll see it there and maybe there. Depending how old the monitor is, you're probably better off replacing it. You can try to buy the inverter boards. So they are available on eBay, and I have done inverter board replacements, but they're mostly on things like LCD TVs, monitors. It's usually just not worth the time. If the monitor's old, I just say replace it. All right, let me move this over here. I am going to try, when I have a minute and I don't have people asking questions, I'm going to try to answer some in my community section here. Hopefully this works well. Finger crossed. Okay. Gunther 5844. I was in the 170s during my last scale check. Might have gained some pounds back. My cardio hasn't seemed to suffer. Man, I don't know how tall you are, Gunther, but 170 seems good to me. I would love to see 240, maybe even 230 eventually, but I'm being realistic here. I'm not sure that my body's even capable of going down that low safely. All right. Well, we have a minute. We got 16 watchers and 8 likes. Thank you guys so much. To answer some questions, comments, I should say, and questions from the community tab here. It's interesting. American Dippers. This was it was actually from another video. He said, I came here to comment about your Dollar Tree egg roll video. Ever since comments are disabled on that video, but I was eating the same egg roll as I watched the video. Pretty good. Didn't even realize it was from Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree gets some very interesting frozen food items. I'm not saying everything's good. I've had some really bad stuff like Larry the Cable Guy, biscuits and gravy. But they're lobster egg rolls. And let me pull up here and see if I can remember the exact name. Imperial Gardens lobster egg rolls are some of my favorites. I don't eat them all the time, but as ingredients go, they're pretty good. They have some fillers in there, but a very, very good tasting egg roll. Coincidentally, the same brand also offers veggie egg rolls and chicken egg rolls, and I think they even have a pork egg roll. They're terrible. The only one I will eat out of those is the lobster egg roll. I need to look and see how many views I got on that. Wow, I almost 2,500 views on that video. Very nice. Yeah, might have to do another one. I know you guys want the food review videos, and I need to start doing those in the future. But again, it's very hard to do here when you have my parents downstairs. My dad watches TV until 9 o'clock at night, and then, of course, at that point, I don't want to eat anything at all. So we'll have to see what happens. Eric Brunhammer, dude, the stress from my job is killing me and causing me to gain some weight. That's an interesting topic. I want to spend a couple of minutes here and talk a little bit about that, because stress, and I can give you guys some good examples, played a big part in why I gained so much weight. Negating the fact that I am an anxious person by nature and I have some anxiety disorder problems. General stress in the workplace, any job, can cause people to overeat because you have to lean on something. And we have our vices. Everybody has a vice, whether it's food, alcohol, pills, drugs, anything. And I don't care if I can't monetize it because we're talking about this, because this is very, very important. You have to get that in check. What I would always recommend is if it gets to the point where you can't handle the stress, if it's getting to the point where you're relying on one of those vices all the time, then seek counseling. I am not embarrassed to say that I have seen a therapist in the past to help deal with these problems, and it has helped me greatly. There are a lot of resources out there. There's never an instance where you should always give up, where you think you should give up and that's it. There's no reason to ever do that. There's so many great things still out in this world, and we always have to remember that. I mean, look at I wake up in the morning, and yeah, I can be anxious at times, but I get out of bed, I make myself healthy breakfast, I get dressed, I say, hi to the kitties over there. And you know what? I keep going on with my life. Eric Brunhammer, okay, temporary situation at work. That's good. That's good. If it's something that just comes up like I'm assuming it's maybe something like a employee review, or maybe like there was a mystery shopper coming in or something. I know that used to drive us crazy when I worked at Best Buy. Man. Yeah, staffing issues. Yeah, that was always another one. We always used to go, oh man, when I worked on the Geek Squad at Best Buy, it seemed like we were going through staff every single month, but that had a lot to do with management. I'm not going to go down that road. That's a question for another time. Okay, Eric, I got something I want to read here. This is something that you commented on one of my videos. This is getting ridiculous when I put the video up about the storm. You said, it was weird in Newcastle, Delaware. We got less than 5 minutes of really heavy rain. We had drizzle off and on all day, but at least one point the sky just opened up. It was raining so hard you could barely see across our parking lot, and then it just stopped. But even weirder was it never got dark. It was still sunny throughout the whole 2 to 5 minute storm. LOL. You are describing in great detail the weather in our area. The actual saying in Southern Virginia, where we are, is if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, because it will change every 5 minutes. I think a lot has to do with the jet stream. The jet stream is kind of shifted down. So yeah, we're going to be in for a few more weeks. I think it's not going to be fun. Gunter 8544. There's a little dyslexia coming through for you. I am 5'9", a little taller in Clarks or boots. Okay, so let's figure something out here. BMI calculator. I hope you don't mind me doing this, but this is something I always find fascinating. So you said we'll say 170, and you are 5 feet 9 inches tall. You're fine. I mean, technically, you are in like you're at a 25% BMI. That's totally normal. So you're good to go. I, on the other hand, I'm still at about a 30% BMI. So believe it or not, as much weight as I've lost, I am still technically in that obese category. For those of you that haven't heard this before, I'm going to say it one more time. I know I say that a lot. It's basically 25% body fat and under is normal. 25 to 30 or 25 to 29.9 is overweight. 30 to 40% is obese, and then over 40% body fat, you're in the morbid obese category. So you're fine, Gunther. Don't even worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine. Stephen Barber, man, I can't lose weight. I tried everything. I go from 252 back up to 260. Drives me nuts. You know what? It's a struggle. I've talked about this so many times in depth on this channel. I'll be honest with you. I've actually given it to God. There are nights I don't have this problem anymore. But when I first started this weight loss journey, there were nights that I was sitting in my bed 9, 10 o'clock at night, craving. I want to go downstairs and make myself a rolling cheese. That was my vice. That was my kryptonite. A roll, big Kaiser hard roll from New York with some melted cheese on it, right before bed. And that's like the worst thing you could do, because that's all carbs. The cheese is fat, the roll is carbs. It was just terrible. So back to what I was saying. Basically, I'd be sitting in bed, and the only way I could stop myself from eating was just to pray. I said, Lord, take this craving away from me. Help me get to sleep without having to think about food. And that has always worked for me. And I hope that maybe some of you can draw strength and courage from that. Excellent. Gunther says he'll stick to his guns. Yep. You're doing just fine, dude. You have nothing to worry about. Eric Brunhammer, carbs is one of my vices. I can't imagine life without bread. Dude, I'm in the same boat. I love my bread, and I have bread a lot. I like a couple of my favorite things: peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and oatmeal, which are both carbs. They're decent because I actually I'll be very careful how I say this because I know this is going to be taken in the wrong context. I have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but from now on, I've been buying the natural peanut butter from Lidl. I'm not talking about like the natural peanut butter you get at Walmart, that no stir stuff. That's okay, but that still has a lot of that still has the poly saturated and the monounsaturated fats. Usually that comes from cottonseed oil, sometimes olive oil, but it's all oils. It's all saturated oils, and partially hydrogenated. That was the word I was looking for. But the one I get from Lidl is a true natural peanut butter. Basically, you have to stir it. It has the oil on the top, so you have to stir it. And once you stir it, it's better to keep it in the fridge because it actually prevents it from separating again. It keeps the oil and the peanuts together, mixed. But the best thing I found is to do that because it's the healthiest. It's literally peanut butter that they've crushed and maybe added just a tiny bit of whatever the healthiest oil is, usually, again, olive oil. But that's what you need to do is find the healthiest options when it comes to eating carbs. Stephen Barber says we need Matt to come to Michigan. I would love to. Maybe one day during these live streams, I'll get somebody to super chat me enough money to where I could travel and meet some of you guys. I do want to bring that up one more time. Super chat's enabled, so if you guys feel like you want to contribute to the channel, please do that. It will be greatly appreciated. Skippy peanut butter is my favorite. Stephen Barber. Yeah, it's a great tasting peanut butter, but it is full of all that nasty saturated fats that you do not want to have in your body. I'm going to look that up, that natural peanut butter from Lidl. Let me see if we can find it here. I'm so itchy tonight. It's crazy. Okay, nothing there. I don't actually see it on here. Not the one that I've eaten. I think it's a new product for them. I'm trying to let you guys know. Biana, it's called Biana peanut butter. I get the creamy, but you can get the crunchy one too. And basically, it's just the peanut butter, a little bit of olive oil, and that's it usually. Sam Heron says hello. Awesome. We got 16 watchers and 9 likes. Hopefully we get a few more people show up. Gunther, 8544. At my worst, I would go to Cookout and order 2 cheddar burgers, large fries, soda, and a peanut butter shake for a midnight craving. Whoa. Yeah, it's a lot of food. And I've been to Cookout. We have a couple of them in our area now. And yeah, they give you tons of food. When I went there, I would get the burger, fries, a drink, and I'd usually get the cheese quesadilla. And I don't even want to know what the calories in there are. Quite a bit, I'm sure. All right. Let's see what else we got. Stephen Barber. Oh, man, peanut butter. Me and my mom eat out of the jar. LOL. All we need is a spoon. I am a little embarrassed to say I have done that myself. It's very addicting. But again, as long as you get the right peanut butter, the natural peanut butter, that'll definitely help you lose some weight. Okay, I'm going to answer some more questions from the community thread here. The Lazy Fish Keeper. Will you be able to work your computer business in New York when you move, and how is your girlfriend handling the move? Well, I don't know if she had heard yet, but Jerice and I have split up. We didn't, it just didn't work out with us, and that's all I'm going to say about that. As for moving up to New York, this is something that's going to be about a year in the making, because that the house I'm looking to rent up there is not going to be ready for about another year. That being said, I should be able to do the computer business up there too. I use Craigslist, OfferUp, LetGo. All those apps are available up there. Oh, sorry, I just got to kind of reposition myself here. It is a little bit more of a depressed area up there, which means that people don't have as much money, but it evens out because it's much cheaper to live up there. Rents are cheaper, utilities are cheaper, food is cheaper, especially if I shop at the Village Variety, which I will be doing because that's where I'm going to be working at least part-time. So I think I'll be okay up there. It'd be my first time living alone, which I'm not too crazy about. To be honest with you, I'd really like to have a roommate. Male or female, I don't care. Just somebody to share the rent. And it's always nice to have another heartbeat with you. Human heartbeat, not feline heartbeat. Okay. Cow Pony Design 1. This is in response to the Maganon AC77 action camera, my fake GoPro that I got from Aldi a while back. I like this comment. Let me read this. He said, very shaky, so why is this considered excellent video? It's funny and then not. Again and again, this would be my first action camera to try, so I am trying to figure this stuff out. Are the other cameras as shaky or fuzzy? I don't know, but I'm glad he mentioned that because I actually agreed. I didn't want to give anybody any preconceived notions. I put the video up and let everybody make their own decisions. I thought the video from that camera was awful. The sound quality was terrible. It was shaky, and that was with image stabilization on, and I use the image stabilizer that's built into Windows Movie Maker. So with those two things enabled, it was still that bad. So yes, that good comment, because I was not happy with that camera. As a matter of fact, that camera is sitting in the drawer there and may be donated. Either that or maybe part of a giveaway. No, I would never do that to you guys. That camera's awful. Hired Gun, Matt, I've had roommates. I think I prefer the feline heartbeat. Okay. I could see that. It's always very hard to live with somebody, especially if you don't know them all that well. That's why another option that's presenting itself to me is I may be able to move in with my uncle a little bit in his house, because he has that huge house that literally he's got 2 rooms that aren't even being used. And what I may wind up doing is paying him some rent. And I haven't even talked about this with him yet. So Uncle Chris, if you see this, just act surprised when I mention it to you. But anyway, this was just an idea, nothing set in stone, and he would have to okay it. But I'm leaving my options open, thinking about things that I can do, just to try something different. Getting out of my comfort zone is a big thing. I just heard a noise outside. I think Dad's opening the side garage door. My room is over the garage, and we have the front door, but we have a side garage door. And when you open it, it's like this big steel door. You can actually hear it. A lot of times my whole room will shake, believe it or not. Julian Butler, moving requires a lot of sacrifices. Yes, it can, but in my instance, it's not going to as much, because I can leave a lot of my stuff here, because the house, my parents are not moving anywhere. In all likelihood, they'll probably be here the rest of their lives. So I've already been told I can leave a lot of the stuff in my room to begin with. Go up there maybe for a few months, 6 months, a year, give it a try. If it works out, then I can move the rest of my stuff up. And if it doesn't, we'll see what happens. Yes, Milo just got up. Eric Brunhammer, I haven't had a roommate that I wasn't in a relationship with since LOL. So I'm thinking you mean all your ex-girlfriends, right? What are you gonna do? Milo's trying to jump up. I don't know if I want to let him to because here, bud, come on. Okay, come on. Everybody wants to say hi. All right, YouTube. Here's Milo freaking out. He does not like to be held. Good boy. Here's my feline heartbeat. You a good boy, Milo? Yeah, you know you are. You're a good kitty. He's a good cat. Everybody think he's cute. He thinks he's cute. He thinks he's too cool for school. He'll go anywhere and do almost anything. Yeah, you're a terror, aren't you? What? What? What is it? Let me show everybody that face. Come on. You're not usually he's not usually bashful for the camera. Sam Heron, I have a gigantic cat called Halo. I'm assuming named for the game Halo. Either way, that's pretty cool. Let me try this. There we go. Show you guys Milo a little bit. Yeah, I still do have a little bit of a stomach here. Yeah, I want that to go away, but that may only go away with surgery. Yeah, we'll see. Good boy. Good boy. Now he hears dad or mom opening the door, so he's freaking out. Nobody. I'm sorry, you can't go up there. Good boy, stay there. Uh-oh. Lost the chat here. Hang on. There we go. I was thinking maybe he did something. Oh, well, moving on. Lorette. Oh, hello. Oh, my goodness. I think this is the first time you've ever been to one of my live streams. Very good friend of ours. Sam Heron, do you think multivitamins are effective? Only if you have a vitamin deficiency. Believe it or not, I had this conversation with the endocrinologist last year when she did the full endocrine workup, and she found I was deficient in 2 vitamins, vitamin D and vitamin B. So instead of using a multivitamin, all I did was buy vitamin D and vitamin B supplements, and that's worked out for me. So I would recommend doing that because you're not going to hurt yourself taking a multivitamin, but at the end of the day, you're wasting a lot of money. You have this is something that I remember a doctor friend of mine told me. With multivitamins, a lot of time you're having very expensive urine. That's basically what it is. So you're better off just finding what you're deficient in and just taking those vitamins. All right, let's answer a few more here from the community section. Oh, I like this one. LIT reviews. What the heck? I just found a video where you found a HP LA2205WG. Great monitor, by the way. I missed that monitor. And then I went to search on YouTube, Best Goodwill Tech, and then I found you again. Such a coincidence. Not if YouTube's doing their algorithms right. I actually like that because that means people that are searching for videos that are like mine are actually coming across my videos. That's very good to know. Shart Cinematic Productions, and this is in response to the Victrola video I put up. You guys probably know the one I'm talking about. He goes, "Thanks for the video. I was going to buy one at Walmart, but not now." Yeah, I got a lot of mixed reviews on that review, I should say. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason a brand new out of the box any product should have two problems. If I remember correctly, that had two: bad amplifier, and one of the switches was a speed problem. I'm sorry, the speed of the motor was off, and the amplifier was cutting in and out. But yeah, that was a total piece of garbage. Milo, get down. Milo, down. Okay. Remember I told you about an hour in, this is only 40 minutes in, these might become necessary. Oh, Milo. Few treats. That should appease him for a few minutes. Hired gun. Those Victrolas, Crosby, yep, and such are junk. They are, and they won't ruin your records. I've seen a lot of reviewers out there say that they will ruin your records. Generally, they won't. You know, you'd have to have a pretty bad needle for that to happen. But at the end of the day, why would you listen to your beloved albums on such an inferior product? I mean, the sound quality, I've heard ones that actually work properly, and they sounded like you were listening to the music through a tin can. I mean, they were just awful. Sam Heron, do you eat eggs, or do I eat eggs? Sometimes, not recently. I'm really into an oatmeal kick right now. Guess who came back up? Yep, and guess what? He left one of his treats. It's got slobber all over it. No, I really don't care that much. He's a stinker. He's going to knock this monitor over. You know what? I got to show this to you guys. I don't know. Hang on. Let me disconnect here from power. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't he a stinker? Milo. Oh, what? What are you doing? Huh? See, he knows when he's being bad. He knows when he's being bad. Yes, he does. All right, Tuber. Sorry about that. Let's plug back in here, try to get back to the business as usual. All right. Sorry, I thought I lost you guys there for a minute. Milo's going down because he is being a real terror right now. Am I still with you guys? Let me know if I'm still here. Heard that little meow? That's what he does. That's what he does to let me know that he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But he really did mean to do it. Moving on. Eric Brunhammer, I will say the cameras and mice are quite good on those HP Professional Series laptops. I have no complaint. I'm sure you guys can see me pretty clearly. There's a little bit of graininess to the picture, but that mainly has to do with the semi-questionable lighting that's in my room at the moment. But yeah, I mean, you know, for what I paid for this, I literally paid $10 for this laptop at the end of the day. And I can't complain at all. It's a great system, mostly metal. As a matter of fact, really thinking about selling the the IdeaPad. I don't know why I had yoga in my head, but the Lenovo IdeaPad. I'm really thinking of selling it because I honestly don't need it. I don't need two laptops, being the fact that I hardly ever use them anyway. Usually I use a laptop maybe 2 or 3 times out of the year, and that's just when I go on vacation. So that one will probably be available for sale. Mark Covington, hey Mark, how you doing? He says, hey Matt, are you now selling any laptops for under 150? If I decide to buy one from you, can I have it delivered to my house here in Newport News? We'll have to talk about that later on. I don't think I have any in that price range. I have the 2 that are up there, but those are, there we go, really nice, very high-end laptops. So we'll talk about that. We'll see what happens. Stephen Barber says, keep the ProBook. I totally plan on keeping this ProBook. I love this computer, even though, you know, I guess it's a little older at this point. It's a 3rd gen i5, and it's technically not even a quad core. It's a dual core hyper thread. So it has 2 cores and 4 threads. It's still crazy fast for me. This computer does anything and everything I ask of it. Naughty Kitty is about to knock down the monitor again, and he actually just did. Probably going to be taking him out of the room in a minute. But there go the brakes when you own a cat. There we go. My other screen was disabled for a second. Yeah, this cable that's going to the monitor is really questionable. I've noticed the external monitor. It's got like one of those cables like you would find on a I don't know what you call it, like an external USB 3 hard drive, but it is really, really sensitive. There we go. Got it back. I hear my dad outside. He's built this brand new cart that he got in, and he's having a lot of fun with it. It's like a really big, like those radio flyer carts that we had as kids, only about 3 or 4 times that size. He's having a lot of fun with it. I hear him going back and forth testing. He's probably loading it up with bricks or something to see how much weight it'll hold. Theoretically, it's supposed to be able to hold about 1,200 pounds. NWS Storm Chaser goes, finally, I catch you live. Well, I told you, I try to do as many of these live streams as possible. Chances are you'll catch me in 1 or 2 of them. NWS Storm Chaser says, catch me. I haven't been busy. Doesn't done his fitness workout this week. I'm assuming this week or yet. You know what? That's okay. You know what? It happens to us all. We all get busy. But the thing is, you don't look back, you look forward. Hired Gun, I don't use my i7 Lenovo much at all. I use my Gateway Galaxy tablet more when I travel for business, just more convenient. I could understand that. Tablets can be very convenient. I actually have, let me show you guys, the tablet that I use on my bedside is this Kindle Fire HDX7. This is the high-end Kindle Fire from like 2014. I got this for, I want to say I paid maybe $13 or $14 from a thrift store, and I love the size of it. I got one of these durable, rock-solid OtterBox cases. I mean, I can literally just plunge that anywhere, and it's fine. NWS Storm Chaser wants to speak to Milo and Baxter live. Well, maybe in the future, YouTube will let us do like a community effort, though. I probably have to have about 50 monitors to handle everybody that would come to the live stream. We've actually got 23 people here now and 17 likes. That's awesome. No super chats yet, though. Well, that's okay. We'll see if that comes in the future. Fry wants to know why I didn't answer a question. Here we go. Because it's not a question. It's a comment. If you want to know something, go ahead and actually ask me a question. Yeah. Eric Brunhammer, eventually I will get a tablet of some sort. That Kindle I got was decent, but extremely slow. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, that's why I don't even use this. This is my 8-inch Kindle Fire. I guess the HD8, they call it. And I find that my 2014 HDX7 is faster than my 2017 Kindle Fire HD8, which kind of stands to reason because this was the high-end Kindle. This was probably, I think this was $150, $160 new. This one was $80. So they have to cut corners somewhere. And I heard somebody tell me that a lot of these are just rebadged like Google Nexus tablets. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it kind of stands to reason because if you look at it, it actually kind of looks like a something like a Google Nexus. As a matter of fact, I bought my mother the same tablet, the Kindle Fire HD 8-inch for Christmas. And you could tell it's actually a different tablet. It even has a different digitizer in it. So it'd be interesting to find out what tablets that Amazon is actually getting to rebadge as their own Fires. Okay. Yeah, I have people asking, did I read their comments? I will try to read everybody's comments, but if I miss a few, I apologize. We have 24 people here, and the comments come in so quickly, I can't, unfortunately, get to everybody. Okay. Yeah, please don't make me put you in timeouts. I try to be as open as I possibly can here, but there are some people out there that don't know how to behave in polite society. If I don't get to your comment, I apologize, but please don't get belligerent about it, because if you do, you will be blocked and banned from live streams. NWS Storm Chaser, it's got a brand new hardware and an awesome processor. Okay, here we go. I just got the new Motorola MZ3 Play. Have you checked the Android 801, Matt? It's super fast. I have not. I'm pretty sure I'm still running Android 7 on my phone. I'm not really up to date with all the new Motorola phones, to be honest with you. MZ3. Trying to pull some stats up on that while we're talking. Oh, that's a pretty nice looking phone. Motorola is not done pushing Moto mods. Looks like that one that you have, NWS Storm Chaser, has a Snapdragon 636, which is a octa-core processor, if I'm not mistaken, 4 gigs of RAM, 6-inch 1080p OLED display. And you can attach a photo printer and projector. See, that's awesome. That's one thing I always loved about Motorola phones. They were always innovators. I may consider getting a Motorola Android phone in the future, but for now, I'm going to stick with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Oh, man. Very, very, very dry. Xbox Fanatic says, 2001 says, hey, Matt. 16, so I'm at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so you probably made your account. Yeah, I got you. So Xbox Fanatic 2001, I got you. So that's probably the year you were born, I'm assuming. Eric Brunhammer, your S9 should be on at least 8, Android 8. It may be. I'll be honest with you, I am not 100% sure. I have not checked that in a while. $23 watchers and 22 likes. Awesome. It's not the most amount of watchers I've ever had, but wow. Wow, 22 likes. Thank you guys so much. A little ways. We were forced, I say forced, but it was kind of fun, between first and second period. most days, or I would say at least 2 or 3 days out of the week, we had to go to the lunchroom, the cafeteria before they opened, and for about 5 or 10 minutes, we'd have spirit rallies for our local football team, or actually our high school football team. And that's where the cheerleaders would do things like that, and we would all get pumped up. We would be yelling out the chants. It was actually pretty cool in hindsight. Get a lot of people bonded, and it really instilled team spirit and make sure everybody was a team player. Chris Bartlett's here. He says he caught me live. Yes, I see that now. You said it was Sprint. The way my chat box is, sometimes it cuts off a letter or two. Let me see. Awesome. I'm going to check these held for reviews. Likely spam. I'm looking while we're talking. I'm going through all the comments here. Okay. Awesome. Sprint is, oh yeah, I agree. Sprint is horrible. Glad I switched back to T-Mobile. A lot of people complain to me about Sprint. A lot of my friends used to have it. In our area, it was okay, but if you got out of here, if you went into the country, you couldn't get coverage to save your life. Literally, no pun intended there. Eric Brunhammer, thanks for reminding me to check my hold for reviews. Yeah, I have some real interesting ones that come into there. Give you an example. Actually, this one is in the likely spam. Where is it? Somebody actually put in, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing, a whole thing of scriptures and verses, but it absolutely had nothing to do with the video. I mean, I have no problem with you talking about the Bible and religious things if that's what the video's about. But I mean, come on, we have to stick on topic here, right? People are just bizarre sometimes. Xbox Fanatic 2001. I'm getting a Samsung Galaxy S6. Very good phone. Eric Brunhammer could tell you a little bit about that. I think Eric, you had the S6 back before you got the S8. Pretty much can't go wrong with a Samsung phone. There are times that I regret not having one earlier. I used to have the HTC. I had an HTC One and the One X and then the One M8, which were good phones. But this was around the same time I could have had a Galaxy S4 or an S5, and I think I would have been better off with the S4 or the S5. I'm always getting this white stuff on the sides of my mouth. I have no idea what that is. I know a few people tell me they get it too, probably because my mouth is so dry. It reminds me of another great weight loss tip. Drink lots and lots of water. The more water you drink, the less room you have in your stomach for food. Great weight loss tip. Basic weight loss tip that will definitely help you lose weight in the long run. Eric says his son is playing with the S6. Wow. Yeah, hopefully he keeps it in good shape. But, yeah, kids are hard on devices. What can I tell you? Excuse me. Sorry. Stephen Barber, I am an iPhone user. I tried Android World, but it gave you problems. Yeah, whatever works for you. I will admit that Android tends to be a little less stable than the iPhones, but generally I haven't had any problems. And I just like the the customizability of the Android operating system. I can have a lot of custom wallpapers. I can arrange my icons in just such a way that I can even adjust the widgets the way I want. And unfortunately, unless you jailbreak your iPhone, you're very limited to what you can do with an iPhone. Chris Bartlett said he does the same thing, gets that stuff on the side of his mouth. Actually, I think I know in my case what it might be. I took a little bit of milk of magnesia earlier, and maybe it's some of that seeping up. But I'm not going to go down that road because I don't want to gross anybody out here. I'm not here to do that. Oh man, 1 hour. I'll give you an update. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 9 seconds in. 22 watchers, 21 likes. That is awesome. Robert Jones says Metro PCS works for me. We do have some Metro PCS stores. Yeah, they seem to do well in our area. And I believe they piggyback off of maybe Sprint and T-Mobile networks. You guys can correct me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I'll look that up real quick. Metro PCS is T-Mobile. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, I just looked that up myself. So I love T-Mobile. I would consider going back to T-Mobile. I'm actually with AT&T right now, and they charge a lot a month for their service. It is Chris Bartlett wants to know. It's almost 8 here. Yeah. Looking at your clock on the back, it's 10 or 8 here. Yeah, it's Sunday, 9:18 a.m. Sunday morning here in Adelaide, if I'm pronouncing that right. Here it's still Saturday evening, almost 8 o'clock. So I guess that's a good thing. Hey, you know what? That was a good time for you. And that's why I do these live streams at different times, because I know everybody across the world sees these. Excuse me. Stephen Barber, I actually lowered my plan. I have $60 for 10 gigs, but now $50 for the same 10 gigs with T-Mobile. I'm saving money. Yay! Yeah. That's why I might change. I have an unlimited plan, which I pay about $6 a month with AT&T. It's unlimited data, but it's capped at 3 gigabits per second, which is fine for me. But I know the T-Mobile, actually in my area, offers an unlimited package, I think, for about the same price. Yep, you're about Chris Bartlett. Yeah, about 13 hours ahead, give or take a few minutes. What was I going to tell you guys? There was something else I wanted to tell you guys, and I totally forgot what it was. That's me. I get off on a tangent, and I can't remember what it is. Well, in the meantime, check out the kitty. Okay. I do this because he gives me good ratings. We like Milo, yes. You are such a sweet cat, Mr. Milo. Well, wow. Good boy. Very seldom can you give cats belly rubs. It's really iffy with him, but he's lazy and wow. Can act all cute for the video. Good boy, Milo. Well, we'll let him rest, continue to rest, because I don't want him back up here driving us crazy. Chris Bartlett, I pay $69 a month unlimited, but slow speeds, 12 download megs per minute. 1 up, pretty slow, but it does, I guess, what you want it to. Yeah, I know that some areas, some countries, you have like data caps, and you for home internet, you actually have to get these data caps. You pay a certain amount, like for speeds. Well, we do too here. But here we get like a 100 up one. We pay for the 100 up, 100 down in my house. Charlie Lipinski's back. Hi, Charlie. Oh, we're getting a lot of comments and questions here. Yep, and I knew that was going to happen. My monitor keeps sliding. There we go. Yeah, that external monitor I'm using, the monitor itself is great, but unfortunately the cable that attaches to it is having all kinds of weird problems right now. I just can't move it. So I'm going to keep the laptop stationary. I'll just kind of shimmy over to the left here. All right, let's see. I am getting tired, so we may be ending this in a few minutes. I'm really, really getting tired at this point. I had to get up early. We went to Nick's restaurant this morning with the card group, so I had to get up at 7 a.m. So I've been up for 12 hours, and yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Not that I nap, but that was 12 hard hours because we did a walk today. Mom and I did a walk. I did some exercising. I did my weights inside, and of course, exerting energy here. Just starting to get very tired. Oh, man. What in the world? Oh, my gosh. Well, I think I lost it now. Let's see. I was just looking on the top of my thing. See if you guys can guess what this is. Any guesses? I mean, not something I really need, but you guys being computer people like me should be able to get it right away. What is that? Anybody? I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. Good thing I didn't fall into my drink. Yep. Yeah, it's for a Chris Bartlett got it. It's a screw for either a VGA card or a DVI. Pretty much a standoff screw is what it's actually called. Actually, I'll probably hold on to that. It may have fallen off one of my cards. One of the computers I was working here may have fell out of one of the video cards. So I'll keep it right up there for now. Whew. Man, I'm starting to lose my voice here. Not too bad. I could tell you guys could probably tell it's getting dark because I had a lot of the sunlight shining in. Now the sun's going down and getting like a shadow. Really dumb the way we did this. Technically, the fan light that I use is in the middle of the room. Problem with that is everything I do is on this side of the room, and over here I don't have any lights. So what I'm thinking of doing in the near future, maybe putting up some track lighting or something, especially for doing these live streams, would definitely help. I need a stand fan. Yeah, I mean, I have the one that's near my bed that I sleep with two fans on, the overhead fan and one that's that hits my head because it gets really hot in this room. And I can't use my window AC right now because with all the rain we've had, it's actually filled up the inside of the air conditioner where the condenser, the evaporator is, and somehow the drain plug is clogged. So until I get that cleaned out or the water evaporates, I'm without a window AC. Now we do have central AC. You can see the return right there, and you can see one of the vents right there. But being I'm over the garage and this house only having one zone, being 2 stories with one zone, it's not sufficient. As a matter of fact, this is the hottest room in the house. Right now, if you look closely, I don't know if you're able to see, but I am sweating up a storm. So it's unfortunate, but you got to roll with the punches. Yeah, I do need to drill a new hole into the AC, but to do that, I have to pull out my bureau, this computer desk, my typewriter stand, which has my heater, a pair of speakers, and a boombox on it right now. And I have to get Dad to help me pull the AC out of the window, which probably is going to initiate the water leaking out because, again, it's all leaked in there. So I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. I think what I'm going to do is wait a few days. The rain is stopped for the most part. After, as hot as this here, after 1 or 2 days, the water inside will evaporate, and that'll give me the opportunity that I need to go ahead and drill that new drain hole, because we're on the second floor in my house, so the AC has to come out for that to happen. And Robert Jones says, all that water you're drinking. Yeah, maybe. I'm not doing what you think I'm doing, though. Wow, 20. Okay, we just went down. For a minute ago, we had 22 watchers and 22 likes. That is awesome. I am going to go ahead and end it here because my voice is giving out. I have a very scratchy throat right now. I want to get some sleep tonight. We have church tomorrow. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I might give it another minute or two because I see we do have some more comments and some questions coming in. Mr. Jimmy just came. He said, bye, Matt. You can't go up on a ladder. I could, but it's very dangerous where it is because there's nothing to really grab onto. And I don't want to put the ladder against the siding because I'm afraid it'll damage it. So the best thing to do would be just to pull the AC inside. All right, tubers, have a good night. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.